Hello and welcome back. We are continuing with this book by Ann Bausum, and we are reading lie number 17. Southern white women never gave up on the Confederacy. In 1881, Jefferson sparked the development of a new lost cause tenet when he dedicated his personal accounting of the Civil War era to the women of the Confederacy. As with so many elements of the lost cause belief, kernels of truth were used to manipulate public thought about this theme in ways that supported white supremacy. In this instance, Davis and others painted an almost saintly portrait of the South's wartime generation of white women. These wives, mothers, sisters, and other female relatives had kept their homes running during the fight, remained unwavering in their loyalty to the Confederacy, cared tirelessly for the wounded soldiers, and honored the fallen with proper burials. In their own ways, these women had contributed to the Southern cause in equal measure with their husbands, sons, brothers on the front lines of battle. The broad brushstrokes of this portrait were true. Many white women in the South had heroically supported the Confederacy, but the celebration of this fact simplified the bigger picture as part of its larger purpose. First, it erased the history of women who had not steadfastly backed the rebellion, from the wives who supported their husbands when they dodged military service, to the women who took to the streets in Richmond and elsewhere to protest wartime food shortages. Second, although the tenet seemed to focus only on appreciating the wartime generation of wives and mothers, it also served to suggest how contemporary women should behave, in a word, subserviently. In this model, each gender held responsibilities in its assigned sphere, with women taking on supportive roles behind men. As historian Gaines M. Foster observed in Ghost of the Confederacy, this glorification cast the ideal Southern white woman as who trusted men to protect her and practice purity, piety, and submissiveness. Members of the United Daughters of the Confederacy helped to model the vision of femininity through their varied activities of commemoration. On the surface, the daughters' efforts seem to be all about celebrating past, but they also serve to reinforce the present. The Jim Crow system of the white supremacy depended upon the unity of both men and women. White women who weren't in the daughters were nonetheless pressured by their example to embrace Confederate heritage and the white male rule of the Jim Crow era. Those who didn't would have seemed to be dishonoring their ancestors. Never mind that some of them may have descended from or shared common circumstances with the women who had protested Confederate rule. The earlier generation of women had been written out of memory. Only Confederates could remain. And that was lie number 17. Southern white women never gave up on the Confederacy.